And we are recording.
All right. Fire Warrior, the book that Gabe couldn't finish. So what do you have to say for yourself, Mr. Audiobooks aren't real books?
I don't have anything to say for myself other than the fact that I have failed. Well, yes, I know we do go over books, and Fire Warrior was something I was excited to listen to or to read a physical copy, but I hate PDFs and I will die on that hill. But welcome to GG Fogcasts, the only 40K podcast brave enough to tell you that taking off Drago was a good idea.
Look, the Grey Knights players have had it rough for way too long. I think they keep getting handed L after L, and the conspiracy theories that it's a way for GW to wipe out their faction are kind of crazy. But given their past treatment, I wouldn't put it past them. But that being said, we're always wrong. We were super wrong about the cost of putting together a Knights army. It's lower apparently, and the Chaos Knights rules are not broken. They're actually really good.
It's the Imperial Knights that we gotta watch out for. Those are the ones that need to get nerfed pretty hard.
As a Black Templar player with my +1 to wound vow, I'm not too worried about it.
I'm excited for your Black Templars. I'm excited for
I can't wait. Can't wait to play it. It looks fun just to do something different than double Sword Brother stack on Helbrecht with a Castellan every single time in every single game. And then they die after they kill their one thing that they get to kill. Like, it's just not very fun. So I think that's going to be good. The whole Terminus Decree stuff, I don't really care about. I think it's not as important as people are making it out to be. And I mean, everybody obviously knows they would get fucking wiped by the Custodes, like no question. So it's just weird why they brought it up. Like, if they are planning to do some huge end game, new narrative step, like, it just doesn't seem like the place they would do it. But I don't work for GW, so I don't know.
I don't even think GW's lore department works for GW, to be honest. Wasn't that storyline, or the news storyline, based on the fact that the Grey Knights are supposed to kill the Emperor in order to bring him back? Isn't that what it's about?
No, it's the Terminus Decree is a note kept in a box only known by the chapter masters of the Grey Knights. He's the only one that knows the box exists. And in the event that the Imperium is about to fall, he knows that he's supposed to open the box. And then in the box is a piece of paper that says, if the Emperor is going to leave the throne, transcend into a warp entity, or be reincarnated, you need to put whatever that is back on the Golden Throne. The most logical explanations sounds like it was Malkador making sure that if the Emperor becomes a warp, chaos, god, demon, ascendant, whatever, that they stop it. But that would also point to the like reincarnation that people says is like walking around, of his like compassion and emotion that he shut off when he was about to fight Horus, and it split off and flew off into the galaxy. He was born as a little perfect angel boy. So the theory is that if that angel boy walks up, the Grey Knights would try to teleport in and snap him onto the Golden Throne. But who knows, like, what the reaction would be. The Grey Knights don't know it. Cal Drago doesn't know about it.
Well,
and
he's not gonna know about it. He's gone.
Well, he won't know about it. Yeah, and he's gone. So it just seems like completely like it was just some random thing that they were trying to fluff up the codex with, because the codexes haven't been what they used to be, and they're just reaching for stuff to put in them. And I think they're like, oh, hey, let's put in the Terminus Decree. That sounds cool. Let's put that in the codex. But again, I'm always wrong. So watch in like 5 months when it ends up being like, there's a new emperor. The Imperium is split in twain again.
I think
Like
that's gonna come in.
Horus
Something
Heresy 2.
substantial is gonna come way, way later down the line. I'm thinking 10 years.
The Grey Knight Heresy.
The Grey Knight here, sure. Honestly,
The Black Templars would back up the Custodes, no sweat. We'd be like, all right,
and the Inquisition.
can't wait to get rid of these fucking psyker dogs of the Inquisition.
Yeah, the God, I'm looking at Deathguard stuff and it's pissing me off. I fucking hate the Deathguard right now, but I genuinely think Caldor Drago being removed from the, I guess you would say, standard codex isn't inherently a bad thing. I think the Grey Knights are really going to shine on 11th, genuinely. He still has legend rules, which is still good, right? You can still use them for casual play, but one of the main negatives that I'm seeing with getting rid of Caldar is the fact that he was a really big punch on the tabletop. You would charge him with Terminators, and he would really do a lot of damage on tabletop. But, I mean, what about the Venerable Dreadnought that their new Codex is getting? Or that their new Combat Patrol is getting? That's 100% going to get discontinued also. You know how Games Workshop is. New Combat Patrol just means they're getting rid of models that they couldn't sell by themselves. So...
Not always. They also like to put models in there that are going to be the new, starting point, but they're not going to put the best models in there that you like really need. Those were normally in the previous Combat Patrol, which is, out of stock conveniently. I don't know, man. I feel really bad for Grey Knights players, and I think that their range needs a complete refresh, and like saying they're going to shine in 11th is like all fine and good, but like if they're just still getting kicked in the teeth now, like what's the point? At that point, I would be like, I'm not going to buy any Grey Knight products until the situation improves.
Yeah, I mean...
And for you, I don't feel any sympathy for you losing against Deathguard players as a dirty, dirty Necron player.
I was playing T-Sons. Get out of here.
You deserve it. Yeah, you deserve
Whatever.
it. Terrible, terrible things for Necron players. And they're broken and busted and dumb.
They're just not.
Broken and busted
incorrect.
and dumb,
So
dude.
incorrect. It's insanity.
I mean, when you're playing against somebody who doesn't know the rules, it makes it a bit more difficult. But let's get back to Fire Warrior. How about that?
All right, let's get back to you talking about Fire Warrior because
I finished it. It's great.
I did.
Fucking it kind of just dragged on and on, like they were really going through each level in the game, and they just had to make something up. But other than that, like it was a pretty cool read. Awesome action parts. I don't know how up to date the lore is, or outdated, I should say. The lore is with current Tau lore. But that was it was a treat and a surprise, and it was yummy, and I loved it. Every little bit of Tau yummy lore goodness, I was like, ooh, this is cool. They got some really freaky ideas. Not freaky ideas, but they got some ideas that are distinctly different than the Imperium. And it had a nice, satisfying ending. He went insane because he went full Apocalypse Now during the events of the book. And by the end of it, he was just like a babbling like fool in a cell. But he lived. He failed in his mission to protect the Eternal, but he lived. So it was a cool, exploration. It was a lot deeper than I thought it would be for something based off of a FPS video game. It's surprisingly well written.
Did he kill a Bringer of Hosts?
Let's see what it was. I highlighted the...
Because I know I didn't read it, but
Tarkax, Changer of Ways, Devotee of Zinch, Demon Lord of Chaos. It was a Demon Lord. Yeah.
Killed him? The one dude? The one fire?
So, he wasn't alone.
Okay.
But it was good. I think you should have finished it, even though you don't like holding your phone or reading on it. You should have printed out the PDF or something so you could have at least read it, because it was pretty good. I'm sure there are other newer Tau books that are probably better, but I'm kind of good on the Tau stuff for now.
Yeah, I played the game a long time ago.
What are we gonna read next? Is it an orc book? Is that what it was?
I'm so
'Cause
down. I got Audible.
That just seems too ridiculous.
I think we should do some. Ooh, what if we did a book about the Blood Angels? I've been looking into Dante a lot.
Ugh. Ugh.
All right.
Blah.
All right, let's do a Necron
Blood
book.
Angels,
Let's do a
bro.
We're doing a Necron book. How about that?
I just don't. Okay, so Space Wolves get all their hate from us in our own talks for the whole wolf furry thing. Sure, the Viking hammers and shields is long hair and the beard's is cool. But I do not understand the allure of the Blood Angels. What? You guys are. Oh, dude, that guy over there is Hornus, and I'm crazy. Ah,
I've never met a Blood Angel player who doesn't smell. Never.
I don't understand what the allure is. They
It's
fucking
because their rules
drink
are nasty.
blood. Sanguinius is cool. Sanguinius is dope. Awesome Primarch. Super cool. If that's the entire coolness factor they're writing on, great. But you can't play Sanguinius like at all. The lore is done and gone, and before 40k is like even set. So I just don't get why you would choose to play that army. I don't like the aesthetic. I don't like the color. I don't like the units. Oh my god, the Sanguinary Guard,
They're
a bunch
lame.
of gold dudes with like hard molded muscles. They look like handsome Squidward.
Yeah, they
Giant
do.
golden
They
handsome
really
Squidwards
do.
running around.
They do.
Looks like Laertes from fucking Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
That big old head of his. I don't get it. Grimaldus, perfect. Emperor's Champion,
There it
perfect.
is. There's the
Helbrecht,
bias.
perfect.
Yeah.
Primaris Sword Brethren, oh my god. Every single other Space Marine chapter subreddit is people posting, how could I kip Ashes into my army? It's like, you shouldn't.
Jeez.
You shouldn't touch those models. Those models are for us.
Let's bring back Anarchy the Traveler to the Necron Codex, please. That's all I care
Can you
about.
translate that to normal Space Marines chat terms, please?
That's like putting Gilliman in Ultramarines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Or, I mean, I personally don't think that the Silent King should be a character. It's like making the Emperor of Mankind a character, playable on
Interesting.
all the Space Marine armies. I just don't think... I think they really messed up making it. I think they really need to take him out of 11th edition, but so many people are going to disagree with that. And I don't care. The Silent King is literally a god. Pretty damn close. And they need to take him out. They need to add some more of the actual
Is
overlords.
that the other guy in Infinite and Divine?
No. So Infinite in the Divine is Orican, and Trazen. Trazen the Infinite.
Yeah.
Orican the Diviner. Both of them have their different roles. Trazen is more of a generic overlord who is a collector, and Orican is like a... Necrons are interesting because they can see into the future. Some can, and they're highly talented psychers. They pretty much make anything the Imperium has or the Eldar have or any faction in 40k just look like babies. Look inept, uneducated. Necrons kind of do their own thing, though, because they can stand still for 50,000 years and not care, right? If we read the Infinite and the Divine, you'll notice how long some bureaucratic processes take. One page of the book is 1,000 years of time. It's insanity. But it's very different. I think we should read a Necron book next. I think you'll find it very interesting, and I think you'll also find it very comical. Necrons actually have a really great sense of humor.
Are you sure you don't want to read War Boss or Gazgul
Gazgul Thraka. I would read an orc book, 100%. And by read, I mean audiobook it. We got to audiobook it.
All right, well, let me look at my audiobooks right now and see what's available.
Well, while you're
Um,
doing that, I just want to read off the
yeah, you
number
can get War
one
Boss,
highest percentage armies because I want to talk about them and I want to
and you
shit on
can
some
also
Death
get
Guard.
Castle.
Gene Stealer
Go
Colts
for
are
it. Go
at
for it.
54% win rate, and this is has nothing to do with casual. This is all competitive. In reality, the casual percentages are most likely higher, right? Thousand Suns, 53%. They could use a little nerf. The Leagues of Atan are at 51%, which is interesting because they're also getting a new codex and some new units, and they're getting a new combat patrol, which looks sexy. And we're going to talk about some other combat patrols also. But honestly, I didn't realize the Adeptus Sororitas were so high also. They're also at 51%. And then no one cares about Drukhari. I mean, honestly, if you play Drukhari, no one cares either. You're never getting new units. I'm sorry, bro. But Necrons are sitting at 49%. And unfortunately, the Black Templars are at 45. I think the new units and the new characters, or the revamp, right? And a lot of the new detachments that you guys are going to get here pretty soon are going to bump your numbers up to that 51, 53%.
Oh, they turned us into world leaders. It's all
Yeah,
just
but
fucking reactive moves and moving through terrain and
yeah,
uh,
but you might be
consolidating the way
world
you want to
eaters,
consolidate.
but you guys have a lot more unique units than world eaters do. And you're going to be able
Oh
to
yeah.
do a lot more. I mean, you guys still have shooting in some ways, right? But you have a lot more unique units to play a little funky on the board. It's not just going to be fuck it turn one charge with Black Templars. You're going to have a lot of other options, especially with the new detachments and the new codex you're getting. You're going to get a bunch of rule
Vehicle
changes.
detachment? People are doom posting about how dreadnoughts are useless now, and it's like, dude, you bring a fucking Brutalis dreadnought, and you can move horizontally through terrain.
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
Yeah, it
Like
is
no
insane.
shooting at you, but you can just move right on through. That's great. I can't wait to try it out. But I'm also not a competitive player, so I'll probably play like a couple games with my codex. We'll see how many I can get in, but I still have to finish like a good like 2 or 3 units that I have. There's still more that I want to buy, of course. I don't know. I just don't prioritize playing as much as someone like you does, you filthy Necron player.
All right. Anyways, so we have the Death Guard sitting at 55%, Chaos Knights at 57, and Imperial Knights sitting at almost 60% win rates in tournaments. To be honest, Death Guard needs to be nerfed ridiculously. Same with the Knights, right? And our
I just
last
like
episode on why
I
Knight
I
players are
think
bad people is true.
it's a good thing that we came back to this and that we both have the same conclusion still. If you play Knights in a tournament, you might as well be using loaded dice.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck
Yeah.
are you doing? Like, I get it. It's cool. It's a cool army. But if you bring stuff that's all toughness 11 plus, with 30, 20 wounds, like, you're just. It's how is it fun to win when you stack the odds in your favor that much? That's where I can't get over it.
Also,
It
their new
is not
detachment gives them all 4
challenging.
pimples and feel no pains. So don't forget that also.
It's just really frustrating. I don't understand what's wrong with people who would go into that, win, and then be like, yeah, I had a fair shot at that. Like Deathguard, like, is very much not what you would think when you think a Deathguard army. It's all fucking artillery and vehicles. But that's somebody in Games Workshop going too far with the rules. That's someone getting too carried away with detachments or whatever. Like the stats need to be nerfed, etc., etc. They're not supposed to. I mean, in my opinion, when I think of Deathguard, I think of a fucking Horde army or Terminators and Plague Marines. I don't think of 6x6 bloat drones and plague burst crawlers and whatever the other one is.
Unclean ones and a Mortarian. Yeah. That's exactly what their army is. And I went out and played.
Yeah, 3
since we've
unclean
last done
ones,
this.
6 bloat drones, 6 plague burst crawlers, whatever. It's too much. 3 plague burst crawlers. Like that's not what I would think about when you say, "Oh, I'm bringing Death Guard." And if you show up with a list like that, like
You're a
again,
pussy.
you might as well be playing with loaded dice. There's no challenge. You're totally stomping on. It's not friendly at all. And if that makes you feel like you're good competitively, you're not.
Like, I want to go over some stats between the two different types of Terminators, right? And Scarab Occult Terminators are mid, right? They're not that great. You can drop on an objective and you can hold a position down and maybe out OC some people, but they're there to take shots, right? Normally they have a 2-up save and a 4-up invul. Okay, 3 wounds, 4 wounds each. And there's about 5 of them, right? Here's the problem with the other Blight Lords. So these ones are Blight Lord Terminators, and they're mostly melee, right? And they're pretty equal to Scarab Occults. You know, Prospering Culch being 5 strength, -2 for 2. Same with the Bubonic Blade being 5 strength, -2 too. But here's the thing that changes, right, with the Death Shroud Terminators. They're 140 points. 4 wounds each, 2-up save, and 7 toughness. For 140 points, and you get 3 of them. Their melee is 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, mind you, hitting on 2s with lethal hits, 8 strength, -2 AP for 2 damage. And they have a 4-up Feel No Pain for 140 points. Scarab Occult Terminators are sitting at 180 and have nothing in comparable melee. Not even close. They don't even have abilities. Deathguard Terminators are the Death Shroud ones specifically are a nightmare to deal with, especially if half of someone's Deathguard army can be set into reserves for Deep Strike. Why? Why was this balanced this way? Why is this allowed? And then we go to the Plague Burst Crawler. Sub 200 points. Mind you, it's 195 points. There's nothing wrong with that. 48 inches of range, indirect fire, blast, lethal hits. D6 plus 3, H strength. AP -1, 2 damage. Why is a sub 200 point unit firing indirect fire with lethal hits, hitting on 3s, and with Mortarion hitting on 2s? Why is this 12 wounds and it has a 2-up save? This, when I was playing against a Deathguard player, actually 2 nights ago, it was a Friday night. He was a cool dude, you know, he wasn't rude about it, but he brought a bunch of Plague Bursts and he brought a bunch of Bloat Drones. And he took off almost 1,300 points of 1,000 Suns army on turn 1 with Plague Bursts only. It took me 3 Rubric squads of Flamers just to kill his Poxwalkers because of the buffs that the unclean ones give it. Constant invuls, constant feel no pains. It's like fighting an entire army of Catan, even though the Catan themselves are genuinely mid for the points that they cost, but that's irrelevant, right? There is something egregiously wrong with the Death Card rule set, and there needs to be a patch. There really does. I think it's disgusting that it's been allowed to go on this long. And that's the end of my rant. I'm sorry.
I've been muted trying to talk to you. I had to sneeze and I didn't mute myself. Okay, so number one, you said it was disgusting, which is very funny because it's Death Guard. Stinky.
Right. It's
Um,
it's true.
However, it is a game, a board game, and it's not that serious. Secondly, the main problem with that situation is you are going against somebody who is abusing a meta that may or may not have been tested enough before being printed. And when I say may or may not, like definitely may not.
Yeah, definitely not.
What you need to do is if you see someone's list and it's, 6 plague burst crawlers or, just something super cheesy, just be like, you know what, actually, considering what you're bringing, I don't really feel like setting up after all this time. But
Like,
that kind of
I know what I'm
sucks
against.
because if they don't have anything else, then they're like, well, what am I supposed to do? You're just going to make me come all the way to the game store and then bail when it's time to play? Well, yeah, kind of. Like, I'm not going to waste like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours for you to cheese me. And then you say, oh, well, I didn't bring any other models. Well, you should have brought a normal army. You should have brought an army to have fun. In fact, the next time I schedule a game, I'm probably going to be like, hey, let's play like a narrative game. Instead of, oh, dude, which cards or which mission objectives, which secondary objectives are we drawing, dude? Like, I would rather, you hear the old heads, like Mini Wargaming and that one other guy, talk about narrative games all the time. And I think that's something that is just not a part of the community anymore. At least with people our age who are like going out to the game store and playing.
I just see a lot of meta chasing. It's
Where's the appreciation for this is a game and it does not matter if I win or lose? Like,
yeah.
how about we create a cool fucking battle on the board and see what happens?
Exactly. It's rough though because now it's to the point where when I'm on the Discord, right, specifically for the city I'm in, and I organize a game, I ask them, what arm are you playing? Oh, Chaos Space Marine. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna expect anything disgusting, right? Oh, I'm playing Necrons. Okay, I'm not gonna expect anything insane unless he brings a Silent King, right? That's the only situation in which that guy's sweating his ass off, right? And I can go down the list, right? But if you end up playing against specifically, right, especially right now in this current time that this is being recorded, if anyone says Deathguard, Chaos Knights, Imperial Knights, that's when it's like, okay, what are you actually running? Because that entire army, without you trying, is going to wipe the entire board turn one. Because
That's
sad.
gotta be a skill issue, right? Like you have to be joking,
I got 1,300 points in a 3K game, wiped off the board immediately.
sounds like your positioning is really bad.
It wasn't. Those Plague Burst Crawlers can do whatever they want, especially with the 4-up invul and the Feel No Pain. They can do whatever they want. If you bring 3 of them and then a bunch of bloat drones, which also have 4-up invuls and Feel No Pains, they can do whatever they want. You could drop Terminators with the Blightlord Terminators with 6 inches wherever they want. Granted, he didn't drop any of my backlands, thank the Lord. But when someone says they're going to bring Deathguard or any sort of knight, and to be honest, even Thousand Sons, you gotta bring an army that's meta. Like if I'm gonna play against a Deathguard player, I'm bringing 2 Predator Annihilators, I'm bringing 2 Mutaliths, I'm bringing a Defiler, and a Vindicator.
Okay, so let's say you do that and you show up and little Timmy is playing his first game and he has a bunch of Poxwalkers and
here's
a
my next
Rhino
point.
and some Death Shroud and
Here's my next point,
Yeah.
right? I'm bringing 2 separate armies, right? I'm bringing some that's flexible. I normally don't play meta. When I'm playing Thousand Sons, I bring a bunch of Rubrics and Zangors, and I have like 1 tank, right? And then I bring a fun unit like Hellbrutes, which are just not good in current meta. I just think Hellbrutes look rad, right? But if someone's going to pull out 3 Plague Burst Crawlers on me and what, 6 Blow Drones, I'm pulling out my Mutalisks. And I'm pulling out all my Predator Annihilators.
You are so hurt over this game.
It was.
We have whinged and bitched about this loadout for like half of this episode.
I'm sorry.
I think we should put it to bed. It's over.
Okay.
You lost.
I lost really
Do
bad.
better next time. Simply a skill issue. Definitely.
Yeah. I printed all those. I printed more Annihilators. I printed a Vindicator and a Defiler. Just to.
Okay, so what are we gonna?
Let's talk.
What are we
done.
going
We're
to?
done. No more.
Let's talk about the new models,
Yeah.
the Raptors, the new sisters,
The new sororitas.
6-second kill team for Night Lords.
Oh, new Necron models. New Necron. They're so cute, little puppy Necrons. They're so cute.
Okay. Okay. Definitely gonna purge and burn you later for that.
Dude, the Geomancer looks rad though. I don't know if you saw it. Did
What
you see
Space
it?
Marines are you gonna play? You're gonna play the Blood Ravens? Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool
be
for
playing Blood
being
Ravens.
unique. But you would just play Blood Angels, is that right?
No, I'm most likely. I got Gabriel Angelos, that super rare model, which is really rad. But I'm going to run him as Gilliman. I think I'm just gonna play Ultramarines, or I'm not gonna run him as Gilliman. I'll run him as Uriel Ventress because he's a captain, right? And then I guess technically I would be running Ultramarines or I would be running Imperial Fists, right? Those are the 2 factions I could use, and the army rules are pretty damn similar. But
I don't think Imperial Fist has their own supplement coming.
yeah, they do. They have their own unique characters. That's what I meant. They don't have their own detachments yet. But they do have their own characters.
And you're just gonna run them as Blood Ravens?
Yeah, I'm gonna run them as. I'll probably paint a lot of them Blood Ravens, but like one of my Land Raiders is an Ultramarine Land Raider, and I'm just gonna draw a big red X on it and write Blood Ravens with my paint.
That's funny. That's very funny. Yeah.
So I'll be doing a lot of that.
Well, there you go. Okay. What are we going to? We talked about the new models. They're cool.
Yeah,
about
the
it.
Raptors.
What are we going to read next? Because Warboss and Ghazghkull Thraka both have audiobooks. I want to read an orc book. I think I chose Fire Warrior last. Maybe it was you. I don't know. But what did you want to read instead?
I really think that we should. I want to read a Necron book, but I'm okay with reading Ghazghkull. I really am. I really am okay with reading Ghazghkull Thraka. If that is on it. But can we also talk about, before we go, it's going to be a little long of an episode. I do want to talk about the new Vulcan model. It's fucking beautiful. It's amazing. I love it. I love the new Darnith Lysander. Isn't it Lysander or Lysander?
Vulcan model? Are you talking about Lysander or are you talking about Vulcan?
No, Vulcan and Lysander. Because Lysander's a
they
Terminator
released a new
captain,
model?
no?
I see the Horus Heresy Vulcan.
I thought they were getting new models. I'm pretty sure Lysander got a new model. Same with Aethon,
Lysander
right?
got a new model. I don't know where you're getting this Vulcan thing from, though.
Vulcan also has a new revamped model.
Whatever you say, dude.
All right, maybe I'm crazy.
I didn't see it, so it must not exist.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Because I feel like I would have seen it by now.
I am really excited for the new Canaptic Circle, though. The new kill team for the Necrons. It comes with these. We're gonna get a whole bunch of new plasma scythes. The Scarab swarms are gonna get replaced by a plasma scythe swarm. I think the Scarabs, they might stay in their current Codex location for 11th, but they are going to bring Plasma-sized swarms. Plasma-sized are going to kind of be like servo skulls, which I'm really excited about. And at the Geomancer, please, Games Workshop, just make it an Ophidian character leader. The Ophidians need new rules. They need to be 60 points, and that's it.
How about some Sword Brother Terminators?
Oh, yeah.
How about some fucking Sword Brother Terminators? I'm talking 10 Terminators. Power axes, shields,
Power Fist.
Cyclone Missile Launcher.
Jesus Christ. So a cheap tactical squad with a 2-up save and a 4-up invul?
No, the Cyclone Missile Launcher on the Terminators is much more sufficient.
Yeah. Oh,
It's bigger, better.
interesting. You guys don't have Terminators, specific Black Templar ones.
Yeah, we do.
You do?
Because their rule used oaths, so they had to give us our own. Same as Sternguard.
Interesting. Black Templars have plenty of units. Let the Necrons have some units.
I mean, we have now we have, what is it? 3 epic heroes, 4 characters, Castellan, Marshal, Execrator, and Crusade Ancient. That's 7 characters, which is enough. That's enough. And then we have 2, count them, 2 unique models. Or boxes. Which is the Sword Brethren and Crusaders. So that is plenty of characters. I could really use some fucking Terminators, please. Terminators to be useful would be great because those were one of the first models I built. And it took me a lot of time. There's 10 of them, and I painted all of them, and they're awful. They're not worth using. So come on, GW.
This is me with my 1,000
It's not worth using.
Oh, man.
You gotta have someone in Deep Strike, dude. Gotta have someone in Deep Strike.
Hey, I might be getting the Leagues of Atan Combat Patrol, honestly. I'm thinking about it.
Whoa. We
Yeah.
got to talk about that off recording because this is news to me. You can't just jump that on somebody in the middle of it. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait to deep strike 20 Crusaders onto your ass.
Well, the thing about that is that... Hold up. I actually...
Helbrecht and Castellan.
No. Here's the thing about you deep striking against me, which is great, right? Because... Let's see. I have it right here. Oh, okay. So when you deep strike, right, that activates my Ghost Arcs, which procs their reanimation protocols at 2d3 because of the reanimator, and they get rules from their ability. And I'm going to use 1 CP to activate the reanimation protocols again at 2d3 plus 1.
It's
due
so
to the
funny
reanimator
that
rule.
you do exactly what our friend said you do. You go, oh, if you do this, I'm going to do this. Well, you don't know that the Black Templars have a combat stratagem, a reactive stratagem that they can use to nullify any and all abilities from your opponent in a phase. So
Okay, then I'll be using my reanimation orb, which is not an ability, and it's a equipment slot, which gives back 1d6 plus 1d3 models. And yes, Orican gives all of my warriors 4 pinful.
It's called Will of the Emperor. It costs 0 CP. Nullified.
Nullified. But that's like saying I can't shoot. It's
Nullified. Oh yeah, when you Overwatch, you get to just hit normally, right? Is that it?
Yeah.
I'll
Only
never
the
let you do
Necrons
that.
when you
Every
Overwatch.
single episode, I'm gonna make it my mission to mention it because that's ridiculous.
was learning.
We'll
We
be in the
were learning.
retirement home. We'll be in the retirement home.
Oh,
This guy cheats at Warhammer. He cheats at a fucking board game.
I thought that
have
situation
no
is
honor.
because I put my Hexbart next to my Doomsday Arc playing against Guy. And whenever I Overwatch my Doomsday Arc, I misread and misunderstood, because I'm an idiot, I guess, that my Hexbart gave my Doomsday Arc that ability where he can do Overwatch on his regular hits. So I would be Overwatching, hitting on 2s with the DDA.
All right.
and
All right.
getting
I
devastating
can't listen
wounds.
to. I can't listen to any more of this. Can't listen. Wrap it
sorry.
up. Cut. Print.
All right.
Send it. We're done.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks for tuning in to pretty much me bitching and complaining about the Deathguard.
Good night.
Good night.